Hello, lovely people. My name is Martin K, and today is another episode of News on the Spectrum. That's right. I know the episode should be on Sunday, but I was busy. No, that's actually not true. I was lazy. That's right. I was lazy. This is one of those moments when you just say like, I will do it tomorrow, and then the tomorrow comes, and it's like, I will do it tomorrow. This kind of stuff. Yeah. So how was my weekend? Well, my weekend was very simple and also very extravagant. Not just kidding. It was kind of okay. Friday and Sunday I was doing open mics. I bumped on one. I did well on one. And on Saturday it was Valentine's Day. That's right. Me and my lovely girlfriend. We had some cute dinner together. We exchanged gifts and a couple of other things. And in general, it was very nice. Valentine's Day. If you're in love, you're in love. If you're not, you're not. But you can celebrate it anyway. Or you can drink some alcohol and meet some random people during this time. Okay, so today episode gonna be about Algeria. That's right, Algeria. What do I know about Algeria? Algeria is a country in North Africa. The capital is Algier or Algier. I don't know. Oh, anyway, you didn't put a lot of effort into naming your capital. It's like what, the country is Algeria, but the capital also can be named Algeria, eh? What about that? No, nothing. All right. So basically, that's it. So that's North Africa. The main export is gas. That's right, gas. You used to be under French occupation, but you fought them off. That's right. Congratulations on that. What else do I know about Algeria? Zinedine Zidane. Oh yeah, he had Algerian roots, if I understand correctly, which is great because he's the greatest football player of all time. You do have a minority called Kabylians. Yes, Kabylians. That's right. And I think you have like a rivalry with Morocco. The main invention of Algeria is a TV station. Yeah, TV station. Because there is this one TV station called Al Jazeera, and you decided to make actually cooperative. No, I was trying to make a joke. I couldn't. Right? There is Al Jazeera, and your country is named Algeria, which is a competitive TV station, and there is only news about Algeria in Algeria TV. Jesus Christ, so stupid. Okay, people, let's go with the news. Algeria's media strategy pretending as if Morocco doesn't exist. Okay, so the news are coming from Morocco World News. So I think your rivals. That's right. For the others who will have the chance to visit the kingdom for the first time, they will find a very welcoming country with deeply rooted hospitality and great accommodation. Make the AFCON stay enjoyable one. AFCON is African Championship. Okay, so the scene was surreal, but when it comes to Algerian media, this has become the norm. In a sports segment on an Algerian state-owned TV, a host talked about second day of FIFA Arab Cup, currently hosted by Qatar, with three games taking place. The funny thing that she only mentioned two, with the third game being completely omitted. For every Moroccan and probably every Algerian who watched it, the reason was obvious. Morocco was part of the third match, as it seems that Algerian state policy also reflects in certain supposed privately owned media to never positively mention the kingdom, like when the team wins a trophy, and simply when Atlas Lions are part of the game of in a regional continent. What is with that? Like, do you guys like hate each other or just pretend you don't exist? Like, if you ask president, like, okay, so please tell me your closest neighbors, they're like Egypt, Tunisia, and what about Morocco? This country do not exist. Morocco is a myth created to create tension in my country. Okay, so there are some tensions between Morocco and Algeria, including political, diplomatic, and growing accusation of cultural appropriation. Come on, people, it's 2026. People still fucking talk about cultural appropriation. What about, hey, we live in the same region, therefore our customs and tradition gonna be similar, right? We have all this shit in Eastern Europe too. Everybody's like claiming that they invented something. No one invented shit, all right? There was one person who came up with it. It became popular, and all the countries start doing it. The above-mentioned TV segment is reflective of a highly bizarre Algerian approach to its relationship with Morocco, an approach that can be called the pretending as if Morocco doesn't exist strategy. As it was an official document, it was a blank paper, and they all signed it. Like, you know what's on this paper? No, good. There is nothing, exactly. When they're showing up the map, there is a hole. There's just a part of Atlantic Ocean. Moroccans recognized that during 2022 World Cup in Qatar, when Algerian state media avoided any mention of Morocco games up the group stage. Once in the knockout rounds, the Algerian media coverage mentioned that one side in the game. So if Morocco was playing with, I don't know who they were playing with, France, they were saying like, and the score is France 0-2. So stupid. Spain was eliminated from the round 16 after missing 3 shots in the penalty shootout. They lost to whom? Not a word of it. That's actually how it's happening. This is fucking ridiculous. Um, they were playing with ghosts. Okay, so the rest of the news is again about like Morocco doesn't exist. In September, Morocco hosted Guinea World Cup qualifiers matchup against Algeria in Casablanca. When reporting on the subject, the Algerian media this time omitted saying where the game was taking place. And that was this tournament. And there's someone win. Tournament took place in somewhere. And in general, everyone was very happy in this non-existent place. um, I don't know. I'm trying to read an article, find what's the reason for it. Why they try to erase Morocco? Mm, mm. They say there's ambassador somewhere. Blah blah blah. Okay, so I found something that the Algerian ambassador to the U.S. was answering question, and he was annoyed by the question that the comparison between Algeria and Morocco economies and recognition of Moroccan economic success. Today, when we talk about doing business in North Africa, there is only Algeria. Don't talk to me about Egypt, Tunisia, Libya, or Morocco. I know offense to whole Algeria, but you guys sound like haters. You guys sounds like haters. But also, on the other hand, why did you ask Algerian minister about other country, right? I don't know. Maybe he has some static going on. There is more common sense in some Algeria private media lashed out at the minister, with some even calling for his resignation. No, he mentioned the country that doesn't exist. He don't know anything about it. You need to quit. While it's true that Moroccan media coverage of Algeria is not favorable, there is a level of professionalism which media organization which will not ruthlessly criticize Algeria. Doing otherwise would run contrary to King Mohammed's continuous extension of peace and call on Algerian officials to settle differences. But what's the root of it? Like, what happened? Did you had a war? I don't know. Someone fucked someone. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Your prime minister wife got fucked or some shit. Why are you all hating? Why are people hating each other? We should live together as a whole. Imagine all the people living all together. I forgot the rest of the song. When Algeria is trying to erase, okay, this article is very long. Um, so basically, they're saying that if private media, yes, they depicted Morocco in a. I know, actually, they say that state-owned and private media are kind of working together, and they always talking shit about Morocco. And there is a smear campaign. Okay, that the claim. The good portion of Algerian visitors during AFCON represent the Algerian diaspora in Europe, from many whom come regularly to Morocco for vacation. Those Algerian tourists see Morocco what the release, African country, that's blah blah blah. Anyway, you're going to holidays to the country that apparently doesn't exist in your country. So it's kind of hard to brag about it on Instagram. It's like, hey, look at me at those holidays in this place. I know this news was not extremely funny, but just pure ridiculous. Like, how do you try to avoid the existence of one country? Anyway, the second news are coming from the Watchers. Gateway to Sahara covered in snow for the second time in 2 years. Algeria. Oh, so there is snow in Sahara. I don't know if any country has this saying, but it's like, ah, if this thing happened, there will be snow in Sahara, which means something impossible. But voila, there is snow. Second time in 2 years. You know, you're throwing a snowball at someone, but bomb is actually half snow, half sand. Snow fell in the Sahara Desert for the second time in 2 years on January 3rd, 2025. The snowfall was caused by storm system originating in Europe, which brought winter weather to Algeria, Libya, and Tunisia. And you know what? Where it didn't brought snow? To Morocco. Stupid. In lower elevation, most of the precipitation was rain, whereas higher mountainous regions experienced freezing rain and some snow. Uh, Hey, so it's like the second time in 2 years. Are you prepared, or is just like wearing your regular summer clothes, desert Sahara clothes? Of course, I know that deserts are getting desert is getting colder in the night, but you know, snow, that's a different type of animal you have to fight with. The storm brought snow to the Sahara and caused heavy snowfall in the Alps and other parts of Europe regions that it was experiencing snowfall deficits. Hey, you all know what? This is actually a cultural exchange because in the summer we very often have a sand from Sahara in Poland. Yeah, you just like you leave your car outside, parked on the street, and suddenly it's covered in sand from Sahara for some fucking reason, and therefore we start sending you snow. It's a cultural exchange. People, you know, you send us sand, we send you snow, everybody is happy. That's basically was the article. The snow in Sahara. I know. Um, of course, it's very interesting, but not exactly the type of news I was looking for. Again, if you're just tuning into the podcast, I'm taking the news from ChatGPT, and ChatGPT often gives me unfunny news. Therefore, I'm not scared he will take my job. Or actually, because I'm unfunny, it may take my job. Ah, god damn it.
And now is the time for news from Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia still doesn't exist.
Hello, people. Now is the time for the second part of the news. We spoke about snow in Sahara, and we talked about Morocco do not exist in Algeria because they're using different kind of maps. Okay, the next news are coming from Tribuna.com. A ball theft scandal. Algeria FA finally clarifies missing balls controversy at AFCON 2000. Yeah, what's going on with the AFCON? Like, there was this thing about Moroccans stealing towels, now Algerians stealing balls. I understand you both countries hate each other, but stop taking shit. You know, people you need to use. Algeria has clarified bizarre social media accusation of stealing match balls following their 3-1 victory over Equatorial Guinea in the AFCON 2025 round 16 in Rabat. Reports initially claimed organizers noticed only 13 out of 15 authorized balls were present post-match, with surveillance footage allegedly showing Algerian staff involvement, even suggesting one ball was returned after denial. Uh, on the other hand, uh, Morocco do not exist. You steal a ball from no one. The Algerian Federation has slammed the story as completely false, fake news designed to tarnish their impeccable reputation at the tournament. Oh no. Um, in an official statement, they clarified that during halftime, substitutes Youssef Attal and Mehdi Dorval used the official CAF ball for their warm up and then hide it in them pockets. You know, they took out the air and hide it in the pockets or in the rest because there is no pockets in the football kits. And then suddenly the balls disappeared. The CAF official promptly retrieved the balls, which were handed over immediately without incident. Yeah, actually, I was wondering, like, can you take a ball after a game? Because those are good balls, you know. It's just golden balls. Ah, golden balls, Mr. Beckham to you. It was a song like that. The circulating images and clips have been branded, manipulated, and taken out of context, fueled a non-existent scandal. That's right. At least they had to admit that Morocco exists, eh? No, we didn't steal from Morocco. From where? Uh, ah, you got me. I know people don't steal the balls. You're a football player. You have a lot of money. You can like buy enough balls and give it to some other kids in your neighborhood so they can also play some balls. Footballs. That's right. Okay. And last portion of news. They are coming from AP News, Associated Press. Bermuda shorts, beachwear, and a local band divide Algerian town. Ooh. A scenic beach town in Algeria Mediterranean coastline has become a center of clash over men bathing suits, pitting religious and conservative values against tourist habits. Yes, that's may bring some clash. Chetaibi, I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, Chetaibi, a town of 8,000 known for turquoise waters, rocky covers, and forested hills, draws thousands of Algerians, beachgoers, each summer. Seasonal tourism is at the cornerstone of a local economy. The mood is warm, welcoming, colorful, bustling. No hostility toward baiters, not in words, not in looks. People have tradition of hospitality, said Salah Eddin Bey, a long-time resident. In this view, there was a little sign of controversy until there was. Earlier this month, some vacationers and business owners were caught off guard when a town mayor issued a decree banning beachgoers from walking around in Bermuda shorts, calling the attire indecent in contrast to longer, looser shorts preferred by conservative male beachgoers. Oh, yeah, because, male calves would make you horny. These summer outfits disturb the population. They go against our socially moral values and sense of decency. The population can no longer tolerate seeing foreigners wandering in the streets in indecent clothing. That's right. Ban the shorts. If they do not do if you don't do leg day, your legs are not looking good. He added, no, the last part of the comment was me. He added, referencing visitors from elsewhere in Algeria. The order sparked immediate backlash from officials, including the regional capital, Annaba, who called the mayor to revoke it. The mayor reversed the decree within 2 days. Could you at least stand and fight? Because if you say something, you kind of believed in it, and you probably had some sort of support from the local population. So you made a decision, and then your fucking superior called you, and he's like, "No, I didn't say that. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. All right, someone give me a pen." And they told me like sign this, and I thought I was signing a petition to pet the dogs, but it was actually banning shorts. Huh? Fight for your decision, right? Don't be spineless. So on Facebook, he insisted his order wasn't driven by Islamist pressure, by a desire to preserve peace and tranquility for both residents and guests. Uh, Still, the episode tapped into deeper tensions of religion, identity, public space in a country that remains by haunted civil war that okay that killed like 200,000 people. There was a black decade. Okay, the news are not very funny. There was a civil war and the Islamists lost, and now people can wear shorts. That's right. Mhm. It's a provocation, some dude said, an attempt to drive visitors from other regions. Yes, and they will go to Morocco, eh? And then you'll be angry again that Morocco has tourists and you don't, and you still have to pretend that Morocco doesn't exist. Said Bukifa, former senior ministry, warned that conservative groups are exploiting Algeria's economic troubles as falling gas revenues strain to the state and expand their influence. Well, if you want to expand your influence, I'm pretty sure it would be better to let people to swim to walk on a beach in shorts, because people will like you, and then when they like you, you can start convincing them into your own values, and voila, you have a new members of your organization. What kind of organization is that? I don't know. Anyway, people, that was the news from Algeria. I hope you like it. If you like it, please comment and subscribe. And if you have news from your own country, there is an email in the description. Alright, people, take care. I'm Martin K.